Eugene Chung from Korean Tiger Studios, 2-0. His coach, Jay Lee, in his corner. We saw his teammate, Alex Ting, earlier this evening.
Let's go, Ninja. It's my grand student. It's kind of a weird, it's my student's student. Does that make sense? It's like I'm Master Splinter over here watching the fights. You know, one thing about Eugene that you guys might not know, he was actually on the apprentice for Yatri at one championship.
Really?
Oh, so
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, he made it to the finals. Unfortunately, he got fired. But
It
hey,
happens.
he got hired here.
Yeah.
Their loss is our gain.
You know it.
Now, you like this, Sensei. I was talking to Eddie Ritch before the fights, and he said, you know, he's been training for 4 years with Elvis Gashi, Glory veteran.
Good friend of mine. Good friend of mine, yep.
He said, you know what? Training has been great. You just listen to what the coach says and do whatever he says.
That's what it's supposed to be, right?
And I told him, if only every student was like that. I mean, just listen and do whatever he says. Okay, great.
I want to give a shout out to James Gooch.
There he is.
Yes. Gooch has been in the fight business for a long time.
Absolutely.
Working multiple positions. He'll like stitch up your cut, promote your fight, pretty much everything. Probably put the ring together.
Here we go, 3 2-minute rounds in the 145-pound division. Our monitor is out downstairs. Here we go, 3 2-minute rounds. Nice low kick there from Ritch.
Yeah.
Chung responds with one of his own.
We haven't had much of a feeling out process this evening, as you can tell. Both fighters coming in strong with strong techniques. Ritch, you can see, kind of likes to mix up his kicking.
Oh, solid low kick from Chung. Responded with a solid right from Ritch.
Chung just showed me his speed. Good head movement.
Nice combination turn with Chung.
Force a habit.
That's exactly what I spoke about. When you're doing Muay Thai, you transition over to kickboxing, to do something stay with you. It's only natural habit. Am I right or am I right?
I mean, you could tell how instinctively that sweep
Which
came
is a
out.
good thing. I mean, as a fighter, right? As a fighter. But,
100%.
know when to turn off certain things. Now that was great.
Very nice.
They go high, you go low.
Nice timing there. Chopped out that inside of the front leg.
That is a Sensei Jonathan staple right there.
And here he goes again. You're
now
grabbing
you're
again.
Now
you're gonna lose a point.
You're gonna
Yellow
lose
card.
Is that going to be a
point? He got his second warning. Yep.
I believe so.
He got warned the first time. It is a technique which is not allowed, and he went for it a second time. Referee J.P. Zuniga not having any of that, taking a point away.
I mean, the first time, understandable, right? Because, like, force a habit, but the second time, it's like you know. It's tough. You got a training camp. You've got to take away things that are naturally in your grab bag. That was a big right hand that landed by Ritch.
Chung's got to keep those hands up. He's dropping his hand on those exchanges.
Well, he's getting a little hype.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing I've seen about him when we were filming him. He's very passionate. You know, sometimes he gets a little temperamental, you know.
The thing is,
nice
that's a head kick. He has good head movement in terms of slipping under punches, but his hands are completely down when he does it. So by the time he comes back up, he's getting hit with a third shot.
Right.
So he's slipping 1 and 2, but getting hit with 3 because when he comes up from rolling under, from bobbing and weaving, his hands are completely down.
100%.
So it's like you're impressed, and then he gets nailed with something.
It seemed like I got the feeling the first half of that round was more for Chung, and then the second half was Ritch.
Agreed.
The fairly even.
Agreed. And those are the fights we like, right?
Oh yeah, sure.
Like when they're back and forth.
Yeah.
And
who wants to see a blowout? I mean, I love seeing this back and forth. I mean, I'd hate to be a judge, but for us, I'm happy.
Same. So we're just right now working on getting our screen fixed. So give us a couple seconds. We're viewing it through the ring, so we can still see everything. We just kind of miss a couple angles, and we won't have the replays for you, but we'll have that soon.
And here we go, second of 3 2-minute rounds starting now. Now, we know for sure, though, in the first round, I believe it's much more likely Ritch took it in the red because of that point deduction that was given to Eddie Chung.
Yeah.
Eugene
Agreed.
Chung. And yeah, you mentioned that before.
Here he goes
Phoenix.
again.
Those hands real low.
Catching again.
Right. I mean, he has great head movement, but because his hands are down, like the second he stops moving his head, you know, you have to do both.
Oh, good head kick. Oh, he might get this one back.
Yeah, this damage on top of it. I mean, that was a really good combination.
I love those chopping low kicks that Chung is throwing.
Chung really aggressive. And you can tell when Chung lands something, he gets that fire and he starts getting more and more.
Yeah, fast and powerful
Yes.
are definitely part of his game.
One thing I like to see fighters do is kind of box their way out the clinch. Some guys, they'll hold and they don't do anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got a couple seconds to play with in there. Dirty box a little bit, you know?
Oh.
Slip.
Yeah, that was kind of like a bum rush.
And again, back and forth. What a fight.
Inside kick lands by Ritch.
Oh, he thought about it. Said,
Nice
I gotta
shot
let
to the
this
body
leg
on
go.
the way in. Chung had a nice shot to the body on the way into the clinch there. Oh, very solid right hand from Ritch as Chung was trying to mount an offensive.
Yeah, good leg kicks too by Chung as well. He's landing right to the outside of that front leg and really like chopping away at the meaty part of the leg. Like, that hurts. They both try to jump in for the same technique.
Looked like a double dragon, double shot there. Wow, very, very tough to call that round.
A lot happening, a lot of action from both fighters. I mean, they could be exhausted going into 3.
Yes, absolutely. And now it's interesting to see what strategy that Ritch will be able to employ because, as we said, Elvis Gashi, a glory veteran himself, so he's not just a coach. You know, if you want to be a general, you still got to be a soldier.
Yes, sir.
Right. And they really know how to push you into those last couple of rounds when you need the right talking to.
Especially, yeah, that coach and fighter, I mean, Sensei, you could tell us about that coach-fighter relationship, knowing how to communicate with that fighter in the craziest of situations and get through to them.
Yeah, that's one of those things, too. I think that's important. Like, you have the right relationship with your coach. They know what to say to you.
Absolutely. You know, one of the things I got to say.
How to say it.
Right.
Yeah.
One of the things that, you know, I've said to friends of mine when I corner my fighters is they're always just talking about certain techniques. I'll give an example. With Diego, I know what triggers him when he needs it the most, and it's his son.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
His son is his fire. It's his passion. It will give him that second burst of wind. Sometimes fighters need that.
Right.
Is
you
it
need
your
to know
mother?
those
Is your
triggers.
father? Is your wife? Is your kids? What is it that gives you that second burst?
Well, you can see that they both have that activity right now. Chung coming in a bit overwhelming Ritch. Ritch really does have that fire, too. It's just sometimes when someone fights sort of the way Chung does, you kind of lose your own balance. You lose your own head. You can't establish your own rhythm.
Nice solid right hook from Ritch there, but Chung is not slowing down. If anything, he's speeding up.
Right.
Well, I think the sense of urgency is that first round that he lost at that point, right?
He
Right.
knows he's got to get it back
Absolutely.
now. 1 minute 10 left to go.
I tell you what, he represents Korean Tigers, right? He says he's a tiger, and I think he's showing his animal instinct, if you
Oh,
will.
yeah, absolutely.
I like the combination from Ritch. He kind of stepped in with the knee and then stepped back out of it, which was really good.
Right.
And you can see that knee did do some damage because Chung has slowed down.
Oh, nice knee from Chung in response. 40 seconds left to go.
And this is where we see what fighters are truly about, right? Everyone looks good on Instagram for 15 seconds.
Sure, right, yeah.
Show me 3 rounds.
Against someone who's going as hard against you
Absolutely.
as the other guy.
Have you put in your cardio?
Yeah, and Ritch is not a pushover at all.
Not at all.
And this is Rich's first fight, too.
Yes.
Is it really?
Yeah, very impressive. 17 seconds. Nice knee. Ritch punches his way to the outside. Chung slipping and dipping and coming back with a shot of his own. Superman punch. All out war in the end.
What a fight. What
that
a
was
fight.
Fantastic.
Yeah, lots of action. We have to see what the judges are going to see.
This could
How
very
are they
easily
scoring
this
that?
could be a split decision. And it's interesting, you lose that 1 point, and that could throw everything in limbo.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that really tosses something in there.
100%. But both sides have to be proud of their performances, regardless of that point deduction.
That was a fantastic performance from both competitors there.
That's the type of fight when you go back to the gym on Monday where you're like, okay, how do I deal with swarms, right? Like how do you deal with someone who's swarming in? Then you spend the rest of the week angling out, a little footwork to the side, like a little parrying.
I got the secret.
I want to hear it.
Tell me, please.
From the great Master Ken.
Yes.
Kick the groin.
Kick the
Buys
groin.
you 5 minutes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Bring your energy down. It was an accident. 1,001 ways to hit the groin, Master Ken.
Now,
if you don't know, now you know.
If you do use a Warlocker cup, can that save you some time
Yes.
and keep you in the game
It
for a little
protects your
longer?
legacy, Liam.
There you go.
Warlocker Cup. What was the tagline again?
Protect your legacy.
Don't get sunk, protect your junk.
Oh. Say it with your chest.
I'm telling you, he's in the wrong business.
I think I can go into average. I'm going to be Mad Men 2.0.
Now
I
listen,
think so.
we're going bar hopping, and you're going to be my wingman, Goose.
I got you.
There we go.
I'm spoken for, but we can have a wing woman for this as well. I can go out there and, yes, that could happen. I think we tear this town up. Astoria, you ain't ready for this.
Not at all. Obviously, we're waiting for the particulars,
Yes.
so we're bantering.
Letting you guys know, joining you guys soon is the coach of one championship champion, Reagan Urso, his coach, Paul, the owner of Cition Dong Amsterdam. Very famous coach in Amsterdam, Paul. He'll be joining you guys next. So he'll be joining you guys, and you guys have some fun. Yep.
Nice. It has been like an absolute honor. Thank you so much,
No,
Sensei
thank you
John.
guys.
Yes, thank you very
I love
much,
you guys.
sir.
It wouldn't be a show without the two of you.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
and it's so great to just have such good guests.
Yes, this
To
is
hang out
really
with us.
fun.
Pack your bags. Brazil's next.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Rio, we'll see
All
you
right,
soon.
ladies
Obrigado.
and gentlemen, after 3 hard-fought rounds of K1 kickboxing,
Coach Paul, hi.
we go to the judges' scorecards, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello. How do you do, sir?
The judges have
I'm
ruled
afraid
this
I'm Reagan
bout
Hazel.
in favor of your winner by judges' majority decision. The blue corner, Eddie Chung.
Coach Paul,
Yes.
you said Eddie Chung won this fight. What did he do that convinced you that he was the winner?
He was the one who attacked. He was the one who made his points, in my opinion. The other was waiting too long. He was the one who attacked.
Now,
The fir-
go ahead, continue.
The first round was not for him because he get a red flag because he did something
Lost
wrong.
the point, yeah.
But the second and third round were for blue corner.
Yeah, he was basically the aggressor, and
Yes.
he dictated the pace of the fight.
Yes.
And I was going to ask you, because as the coach
Yes.
for Egan Ursel, you understand, I mean, he likes to set the pace. He likes to set the tempo. What do you guys work on in the gym to get him to be as aggressive as he is?
Condition must be very good. And it must like the fight. It must like to beat someone. He
Yeah.
must enjoy it. You understand me?
Yeah.
If he enjoy it, he goes forward.
So I like that it's about utilizing your trainee's personality, right? You know their personality, and you use that to how they fight.
Yeah, we can do it with every fighter. Every fighter from us, he must enjoy the fight. If you don't enjoy the fight, don't fight.
Wow, I love that.
Yes.
And that's interesting. You get different fighters, different personalities, but at the core of it, you must love to do it.
Yeah, you must love to do it.
Yeah, it's too hard not to.
Yeah.
They're checking to see if that point deduction was counted, and if that changes the variables of this fight.
Oh.
So
All
we're
right,
back for
ladies
some
and
controversy.
gentlemen, your attention, please.
Oh no.
After further deliberation amongst the judges, this bout has been scored Judge A 29-28 in favor of the blue corner. Judge C 26-28 in favor of the red corner.
That point deduction.
And Judge B at 28-28. This bout ruled majority draw.
Yeah.
Okay.
It sounds like the judges didn't take into account that point deduction.
Yeah.
But if they did, the one judge saw it as 3 rounds to none for the blue corner, but I think the point deduction made him have to bring it down.